Well, today we're out here at the Foremost Dairy Farm with the farm manager, Adam Shetley, and you all are harvesting your corn silage.
That's correct.
And corn silage is a basic feed ingredient for your cattle?
That's right. It'll take up about 60% of the diet.
Whether it's a lactating or open or just lactating?
So we feed corn silage in all three of our diets: the lactating diet, the close-up dry cow diet, and our heifer diet.
All right. And we was talking earlier, ideally you like for the silage to ensile for what?
Ensile, ferment.
45, 60 days?
Yeah, ideally 60. You know, the longer the better. It makes the nutrients more accessible to the rumen bugs in the cow.
All right. So that rule of thumb, are you feeding the rumen bugs or are you feeding the cow?
We're feeding the rumen bugs.
Isn't that something?
We're trying to drive intake while feeding the rumen bugs. Yeah.
All right. But now their peak milk production is about when?
60 days or so from the time they calve, from the time they freshen. So at about that 60-day point, they are at peak milk production.
So do y'all try to get your corn silage right at that right time and everything?
Well, we harvest the corn silage when the corn silage is ready. So it's not exactly like grazing cows where you try to follow a cool season grass or something like that and try to keep the quality of the feed high. The quality of the feed, since we're storing it, that's based on the time the corn needs to be harvested, and it'll be fed throughout the year, 365 days or longer, and that'll support the lactating cow.
Now, as the weather cools, will her milk production start going up?
Absolutely.
And then what peaks out about November or something, December, when it's cold?
Well, yeah, when it cools off, that drives the cows to be hungrier, to have better intake. So then that results in more milk.
That's kind of like me.
Me too.
Yeah, more intake. So you're harvesting this in September, 60, 45 days. In November, that's about the right time, isn't it?
It's about the right time to open the pit up and start feeding.
All right. It has a certain smell, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
It smells great.
It should have a nice sweet smell.
All right. Now, when you do silage corn, it's like 65, 60% moisture?
Yeah,
that's a grain.
Our corn this year is a little dry. Like I said, it's running 60%. We have some fields that are looking a little better than those earlier fields, but yeah, 65%.
That's the whole. That's the ear of the whole thing.
The whole plant, yep, from 12 inches off the ground all the way to the top.
And that's a sweet spot for quality, I suppose.
Yeah. So you monitor the whole plant moisture, and you also monitor the ears of corn as well.
Yeah, it's about the milk line.
Yeah, yep. Ideal harvest 3/4 milk line on the
Is that milk line going up or down? Or is it up or
coming
down?
down.
Comes down. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, I'm a grain guy. I'm not a forage guy. All right. Well, great. And now, but you'll follow this with another crop, right? This fall.
Yeah, we'll put a cover crop in, either wheat or rye, just to help hold the soil in place, and we'll actually harvest that for silage as well to feed to. If it's of good quality, it can go in the lactating diet, but generally we feed the cover crops, the rye or wheat, to heifers and dry cows. Okay,
great. And you mentioned sorghum the other day, like sorghum Sudan. That's more of a dry cow heifer diet too.
Correct.
So the lactating will get your corn and your alfalfa.
And the alfalfa silage, yep.
All right.
Yep.
And you supplement with soybean meal and that sort of thing.
Yeah, soy hulls, byproducts, and the brewer's grain from Anheuser. Yep.
All right. Well, anything else you want to say about this? Except you got to get back to work. I've been talking to him way too long.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Schleback Custom Harvest. They're getting after it with their big self-propelled chopper and processing those kernels, and the silage looks really good this year.
And processing, that's important, isn't it?
Yeah,
breaking that kernel up.
Breaking that kernel to make the starch accessible to those bugs. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Adam. This
You're
is
welcome.
it for Tim Steak.